For college, our scholarship registration is quick and easy. ISL Education Lending Scholarship is open to both students and parents. Visit iowastudentloan.org/award for details. Multiple awards are available, and you'll learn valuable financial literacy tips as part of the process. Register online today for your chance to win $1,000.
We're not just lighting a stadium. We're creating lasting memories. We're not just installing a mini pitch. We're empowering youth to learn and grow. We're not just retrofitting an airport. We're creating an environment where workers can feel safer. This is why, whether it's a game down the street, professional stadiums around the world, or treasured monuments and landmarks, you always know when it's must go.
Russ W. Oker, Chad Zapito, Kyman Gadsden getting set to head into the Class 3A semifinal round. We talked a little bit about that 126-pound class that features three guys, Division I wrestlers. Eddie Woody is the #1 seed there. He's just a freshman or sophomore, so he's not committed anywhere yet. But Vandermark is committed to ISU. Porter is a junior that I didn't have committed, but Pierce is committed. The 2 seed is committed to Northwestern University. So you got three phenomenal wrestlers there. But guys, you got Drayshawn Ross at the heavyweight, 3-time state champ going to Oklahoma State. We talked about this earlier. I think it'd be surprised if anybody challenges him at all. Is he possibly the best wrestler pound for pound in the field across classes?
He's a tremendous wrestler, and definitely, obviously that's why you wrestle these things. We've all seen big upsets. You have to kind of go out and do it, but he definitely has looked really tough there. He's kind of dominated his opponents, and we'll see what happens there. Kind of going back to that 3A 126, I don't want to jump around, but we got a couple of state champs in that weight class. Yeah. So, that's another one of those weight classes where somebody's not going to get to repeat their title.
All right, our 106-pound matches are presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. From rural roots to statewide pride, Iowa Farm Bureau proudly supports student athletes across Iowa, and we are off and running in the Class 3A 126 pounds. On mat number 3, it's Newman Winfrey out of Southeast Polk. We're going to say that name a lot. Aiea out of Fort Dodge. And then on mat 4, it's Heisinger of Dubuque Hempstead against Gannon of Dowling Catholic. On mat 5, it's Christensen of Waukee Northwest against Pelton of Waukee. And Roberty of Iowa City West and is wrestling the young man from Dowling Catholic on mat number 6. That is Walyukite out there for West Des Moines Dowling. And 113-pound match is presented by Musco Lighting. So here we go. Roberty got right to work out there, up 6-2.
Yeah, he came out with a couple of scores there real quick. We're in just 10 seconds left in that first period. But now Wahlke comes back and gets a takedown himself, so it's 6-5 to end that first period.
Wahlke the 2 seed, Roberty the 3 seed there.
Over on mat 5, we've got Christensen, Waukee Northwest, and Drake Pelton from Waukee. A couple of guys right from the same town there in this semifinals. 0-0 in first period. That's at Waukee and Waukee Northwest. That town seems to be growing all the time.
Well, Newman Winfrey is a freshman. He's the 1 seed. Came in 41-1. Beat McGonigal in the quarterfinals by fall last night.
And you got Knox Ayala there from Fort Dodge. Older brother wrestles for Iowa. Tough kid as well. Got some young kids out here, they're both freshmen. Yeah, they don't wrestle like freshmen. They definitely have got some experience.
Well, yeah, when you've been around it, you've been in the room. The little brother is usually always the toughest in these wrestling families.
Yeah.
And the older brothers have been really good.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Cruz Gannon, Dowling Catholic, takes a 3-0 lead against Abe Heisinger, Dubuque Hempstead. Second period, leading 3-1.
And Wahlke has taken the lead now, 8-6 on mat 6.
Still no score on mat 5. We're about ready to round out this first period, 0-0 with Christensen and Pelton. I would imagine, being from Waukee and Waukee Northwest, they've maybe faced each other this year too.
Well, what do we got on mat 4, Kevin?
Big throw from Hasinger. Big throw, and that looks tight. He's gonna have to adjust, get his hips down, and lift that head up of Gannon. Gannon trying to come through.
A lot of time left, just over a minute.
Oh my goodness. I feel like that's only one of those things you can do at one of those lighter weights. Just got a lot of limberness to him.
Yes, he did. Looked like he was twisted in 3 directions, but he came out and he came right back into him. So
Heisinger will come out of there up 9-5 with 53 seconds to go in the opening, or in the second period there.
mat 5, Christensen, Waukee Northwest gets an escape to lead Pelton now 1-0 in the second period. Well, this is a tough match over here on mat 6. It's now Roberty and Wahlekite 8-8 to start this third period. It looked like he was, well, he's just going to give him the escape and go back neutral. So it's going to be Wahlekite is going to lead 9-8 starting the third period. It's going to come down to some offensive takedowns here.
Newman Winfrey up 9-3 there on mat 3.
Newman Winfrey doing a really good job. He does a really good job running the corner. Oh, great job right there. Ayala was looking on that, working on that front headlock. Newman Winfrey able to get him off balance just a little bit and blow through him.
We still haven't got a takedown here on mat 6, but boy, they've been in a bit of a scramble, and it looked like Roberty was going to get it. Now it kind of looks like Wahlekite's turning the corner on him. It's anybody's game at this point. We got a minute left in this last period, and they called it a stalemate with 54 seconds left.
We're going to head to the third period on mat 3 with Newman Winfrey in control there, 12-3 over Ayala.
Both of these guys have been looking for opportunities. Newman Winfrey wrestling from the knee, looks to circle to the corner and then blow through, and he's done a really amazing job being able to get to those angles. Cruz Gannon, nice roll through option right there on mat 4 from Hasinger. But period's going to run out on us.
Roberty takes the lead down here on mat 6, 11-9 with 26 seconds left in the period. He was able to secure a takedown after a number of scrambles and close takedowns by both directions. Got 21 seconds left down here.
And Knox Ayala just almost had a claw leg in option, looking for some back points. Nothing able to come of it, but it's 9-8 on mat 4 with Hasinger and Gannon.
And you've seen your Hy-Vee team scores scrolling across your screen. Your team score updates presented by Hy-Vee here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network. Boy, Heisinger and Gannon, 9-8. We've got a great match going there on mat 4. Why do I feel like Kyvan's going to be squirming in the chair before that was over? He's going to be trying to make a move up here.
I feel like I'm being personally attacked. I just get excited. I love wrestling.
That's a close match. We had a close match on 6 where Roberty beats Wahlekite 11-9. And over on mat 5, Christensen 4-0 over Pelton. Third period, we got about 54 seconds left. Pelton's going to have to get some offense going in this last 45 seconds if he's going to try to get back in this match.
Barn burner down on mat 4. Gannon has the leg. Hasinger's looking for a switch. Gannon looking to collect, and he collects. Now he has the lower leg Turk. Amir Newman Winfrey on mat 3 is going to win 16-3 and progress to the state finals as a freshman.
Well, you can't win 4 if you don't win your first one, right? So
Absolutely.
it all starts that
There's
freshman
15
year.
seconds left over here on mat number 5. Christensen still leading 4-0 over Pelton.
Mat 6 will be Prine of Southeast Polk and Lewis of Waverly Shell Rock coming out at 120 pounds. And our 120-pound matches are brought to you by Fairway Meat and Grocery.
Gannon doing a beautiful job. Tight waist, staying simplistic. Looks to trip, and he's going to be advancing to the finals as well.
So Gannon of Dowling Catholic gets past Heisinger in an 11-9 final there. And he'll meet Newman Winfrey. Gannon is a sophomore.
Newman Winfrey is freshman.
Now up on mat number 5, semifinals at 126.
On mat 5, Christensen punches his ticket to face Roberty at 113 pounds. Christian is the 1 seed out of Waukee Northwest. Roberty the 3 seed out of Iowa City West. And they'll square off tomorrow night in the Class 3A 113-pound final.
So we've got mat 5, got Eddie Woody from coming up here from Southeast Polk. State champ.
Yeah.
Definitely has looked really solid this year. Sophomore, seeded number 1. This is that, getting into that weight class here we were talking about. There's going to be some real barn burner matches, I think, in this one.
Vandermark committed to Iowa State. Our 126-pound matches are brought to you by Iowa Bankers Association. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all. All right, so mat 5.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Xander Mans comes out, gets to his attack, and is able to slap like a half cradle on Walsh and comes away with the fall.
Mans was the 7th seed out of Lewis Central. And he's going to the finals. Will he face Prine or Lewis? They're on mat number 6. Lewis out of Waverly Shell Rock up 1-0 on Prine from Southeast Polk.
Now wrestling mat number 7, consolations at 175.
All right, mat 3, Woody and Vandermark underway. Or mat 5, rather. Woody and Vandermark, keep your eyeballs peeled there.
Number 1 versus number 4 seed, Vandermark from Ankeny Centennial.
Now up on mat number 3, your semifinal bout at 132. Jake Knight.
Down here on mat number 6, Lewis is ahead 1-0 over Prine from Southeast Polk.
Your semifinal bout, mat number 3 at 132.
0-0 on mat 4, Porter and Pierce. Pierce, a former state champion.
He's going to Northwestern University.
Again, that's just that weight class. We've got a couple of state champs in there.
Did you see that scramble?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he went dump right there, and Porter kept the front headlock, rolled it through. And freestyle would have been a different score, but this is folk style. Iowa high school wrestling, baby.
Still no score over there for Woody and Vandermark. 30 seconds left in the first period.
Eddie Woody Jr., or Eddie Woody, is 34-2 on the year coming into this tournament. Got the win over Keller in the quarterfinal by fall. Vandermark was an 8-3 win over Cahill. Vandermark came in at 33-6.
Still a 1-0 match on mat 6. We're in the third period.
We got a 132-pound match going on mat 3. 132-pound weight class brought to you by Iowa Pork.
Jake Knight jumping out to a quick takedown, looking for some options right there.
Jake Knight is a two-time state champ looking for his third title.
And he's committed to Illinois.
Yeah.
Going to be a Fighting Illini. He's got Braddock
Now wrestling on mat number 8, consolations at 215.
out of Boone, who is the 4 seed.
Waverly Shellrock. Bryce Williams, Waukee Northwest. Haggerty, Waverly Shellrock. Williams, Waukee Northwest.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that changed his commitment to Illinois. There's the head coach there right now isn't currently coaching.
Okay.
He's on like an indefinite situation, so we'll see how those things play out through the course of the next month and a half.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Pierce up 101 Porter.
Knight's the son of four-timer Dan Knight. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, let's go, Braddock. Braddock said, "I'm here to scrap too." He goes and gets a takedown. And that's it was just 4 takedowns to none. That one takedown now it closes the gap. That 3-point takedown is different.
Second period, no score. Woody and Vandermark.
Number Mat 6, Lewis is still leading 1-0. We're getting down to the end of this third period. And he's been able to ride him this whole period. Prine just could not get away from him. That's going to be a 1-0 match for Kipton Lewis, Waverly Shellrock. He's going to make it to the finals with a 1-0 win.
Lewis came in as the 4 seed, 39-2 on the year, and pulls off the win to head to the finals, where he'll face Mans, who got the fall to get into the finals. That's your Class 3A 120-pound final tomorrow night. Mans is out of Lewis Central. And Lewis out of Waverly Shellrock, going to square off at 120 pounds. And these 126-pound matches, guys, are living up to the billing. Pierce up 1-0 going to the third period there, and no score yet. Woody and Vandermark with 51 seconds to go in the second.
Yeah, no one's been able to secure a takedown yet, so it's we're going to see right now if Vandermark can get away from Ankeny Centennial. He really kind of obviously, he's been getting ridden here for about the last minute. He's going to have to really get out. That's going to be, or that could be part of the deciding factor in this match. Neither one of them so far have, showed that they can get a takedown in that first period.
It's all square at 1 now in mat 4. Porter and Pearson at 126-pound Class 3A. Maybe the toughest weight class with those top 4 wrestlers of any out there. Vandermark just cannot shake free from Woody. 31 seconds left to go on mat 5.
He's doing everything. He's getting to his feet. He's trying to, build a base and kind of get away, but boy, he's really been riding him tough. Every time he gets to his feet, he sends him back to the mat. He's definitely doing a good job of controlling him.
They go out of bounds with 12 seconds left there.
And we're climbing into short territory. 35 seconds left in mat 4, Porter versus Pierce. Still 1-1.
Porter in the, what do you call that, like navy blue singlet there. Pierce in the green singlet.
Yes. And this is like those battles from the early 2000s. Lewis Central, Iowa City West, Iowa City High, those programs.
We got a stall call now.
And they're going to overtime. Bonus wrestling on map 4. Porter and Pierce. Pierce has won a state title.
Overtime at the, where were we at?
The Case.
Overtime at the Case.
There you go. They're trying to make a case to get to the finals.
I like what you did right there. Mat 3, Jake Knight still up 13-7. Been able to put a tough ride on Braddock from Boone. And all the matches that are up on the board right now, they're looking more like high-level college matches. It's very technical, low scoring.
Yeah, we've got definitely got some close competition here. What's going to happen in this scramble over here on mat 4?
And that will do it.
Porter from Lewis Central comes away with a 4-1 victory in overtime.
And Pierce will not capture his second state title, but what a match that was. And we knew it was going to be, and it lived up to the billing. A real ticker tester went into overtime, and Porter will look to see, will it be Woody or Vandermark? Woody was able to ride Vandermark out and now gets the escape.
That's going to give him a 1-0 lead. We've still got 1:45 left in this period. See who can capitalize on a takedown here, and Woody's got to do a good job of circling in here, because whenever you're leading, if you start getting pushed out of bounds, they're going to start calling for stalling. So
Vandermark, an Iowa State commit. Kyvan, what do you know about this young man? Going to go to your alma mater.
Yeah, well, when I talked to Coach Jay Groth about him, he's like, he's a kid that's a mat rat. He loves being in the room, does everything right, lives how he wrestles, and just is extremely disciplined, great grades. And so it sounds like someone that's going to be a great add for the Iowa State Cyclones.
Well, we got 1 minute to go. He trails by 1.
It's been a tough match over here. These two have been doing a lot of hand fighting, a lot of physical hand fighting, snaps, moving each other around a lot. He's going to have to turn it up here, though, and get a little more offense going. I think if he does, he might be, looks like he's kind of might be able to get some stalling calls, because he's really putting the heat on him. But Woody's hanging in there and fighting with him. So it's an interesting match right now, but he's kind of pushed him out a couple of times.
Yeah, I was about to say, if he another one comes. So he got 35 seconds. The recognition right here for Woody is reattacks. For Vandermark, it should just be create shots. Create shots. Yep. And I've heard a lot of good things about Woody, too, just in terms of who he is as a person, grade-wise, and just discipline and all those different things. So right here, 20 seconds left. It doesn't, you recognize you don't have to score. You just have to create opportunities. Just continue to fire off shots.
He's got to stay in there and create some angles. You know, don't let him push you backwards. We saw Woody wrestle at the state dual championships, and he's a tough kid. He really had some good matches.
Woody's going to win that 1-0. He did get a stall warning. Vandermark certainly put Woody in a position where there was an opportunity. I mean, it was questionable, I think, whether or not there could have been a second stall come out. You'd have to think the official doesn't want to get involved if they don't have to. But Woody, who was a state champ as a freshman, now goes to the finals as a sophomore. But guys, Kyvan, you had a close eye on that match, Pierce and Porter, maybe one of the highlight matches of the whole night.
Yes.
Porter's going to give Woody all he wants, that's for sure.
Oh, he's gonna scrap. He has this low stance. He stays in really solid position, right? And he's going to look to move forward and control the center of the mat.
Well, your 126-pound final in the Class 3A will be Eddie Woody, the #1 seed, sophomore of Southeast Polk, returning state champion, against Porter, Weston Porter of Lewis Central, who is a 3 seed. And Weston Porter is a junior. That's your 126 3A final tomorrow night. Right now on map 4, Trevino up 9-2. in that match over Gilgee. Trevino out of Bettendorf, Gilgee out of Bondurant Farrar. On map 5, Simons out of Dowling Catholic, and DeSalvo, Nico DeSalvo, he's an Arizona State commit. He's the real deal.
He's a 2-time state champ, and this is a tough bracket too. It's just another one that's a tough bracket. He's a 2-time state champ, and he's seeded number 2 in this bracket. So, you know, this is another one of those brackets got a lot of tough kids in it. Trevino, Bettendorf over on mat 4, now up 13-2 in the second period. He's definitely pulling away.
Not Trezino, I apologize. Those are the ones that were at Bettendorf when I was there. Did you wrestle with
No,
Mark?
but I knew some of the Trezinos,
with Mark. But Trevino going to wrestle at Davidson College with Nate Carr Jr.
Over here on mat 5, DeSalvo and Simons. DeSalvo goes up 6-2 first period. Trying to get another takedown now. Trying to finish her in a bit of a scramble over here, but he ends up getting the takedown. That puts him ahead 9-2.
Your 138-pound matches are brought to you by Delta Dental of Iowa. Choose Delta coverage from people who know what matters to Iowans. Delta Dental of Iowa in the 144-pound weight class. Matches are brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Match 6, Arroyo 4-2 lead over Van Zelderen from Dallas Center Grinds.
Oh, man.
Jake Knight, 132, was a 17-8 winner there over Braddock. He'll be going for his 3rd state title. Waiting to see if it'll be Van Zelderen or Arroyo. And it is going to be Arroyo out of Urbandale, who is the 2 seed in that bracket. So 1 versus 2 at 132 Class 3A.
Trevino with some beautiful sweep singles. Gets to the corner. He's able to collect on Gilgee. Then you got mat 3, Oberbrockling and Jamon Mogard. Mogard, a freshman.
Hayden Hutt. Lucky Northwest, Nicklin Rice.
Oberbrockling, the number 1 seed in the bracket. He's a senior from Southeast Polk, another one that's been, you know, a consistent wrestler for Southeast Polk this year amongst many of their consistent wrestlers.
144-pound weight class is a tough place for a freshman. That's the real deal. You're going to go up against a lot of upperclassmen. Oberbrockling is a senior going up against the freshman Mogart.
Yeah. You know, the one thing about Mogart is that kid probably has to be one of the strongest kids at the weight class, though. He's a CrossFit, like, he's ranked top 10 in the country in CrossFit.
Really?
Yeah, his dad owns a CrossFit gym up in Ames, Iowa, State 35 CrossFit. So he has to be one of the strongest, fittest kids. Didn't start wrestling until like 7th grade.
Oh, wow.
He caught on pretty quick.
Yeah, he did. He's only been doing it a few years then.
like has that body awareness you get from all the gymnastics, the rope climbing, all those different things. Like, and then it's like, all right, I know how to move my body. Now just teach me some technical pieces. And I already do everything probably at a crazy pace, you know, crazy rate.
Well, you're into the MMA. Kevin, we talked a little bit earlier about the effect of that on wrestling with the popularity of that. So what do you see there? And you talked about some similarities, but it's a different deal. But how much does your wrestling help you in that? And how have you seen that affect this sport?
Well, it's one of those things where some of the things that you learn from wrestling, the work ethic, the discipline with nutrition, weight cutting a little bit, those things you can take with you. Some of the skill sets that if you bring into mixed martial arts or combat sports, grappling, jiu-jitsu, you'll end up asleep. So you don't shoot a double with your neck on the outside because someone's looking to guillotine you. You know, like you gotta definitely stay tighter and more aware in certain positions, because everything that gets stopped in wrestling doesn't get stopped in MMA or jiu-jitsu. So I know Chad knows as well. Like there's just some things that can translate and some that don't. But you're starting to see a lot more of pieces from jiu-jitsu and judo find their way into wrestling rooms and vice versa. And I think it's a beautiful mixture of all of the martial arts.
Didn't get a fall down there on mat 6. Well, the other thing that you kind of learn when you kind of get into doing some MMA stuff is in wrestling we tend to lead with our faces, and when you're getting punched in the face, that usually doesn't work out the best.
It's not good.
Well, you still seem to have all your teeth, so you
I
must
have
be
that
keeping your
mouthpiece.
face out of the way.
I have that mouthpiece we talked about
All right.
earlier.
Well, Hutt and Wise, a flurry of action there at the end of that period. It's 3-2 Hutt going to the second period.
Third period over on mat 3, Ober-Brockling leading 4-2. Southeast Polk ahead of Mogard from Ames. Been a close match over there. And DeSalvo got the win there at
DeSalvo punches his ticket into the finals at 138 pounds. And so he will have Trevino in that final, 1 versus 2. DeSalvo, a 2-time state champion going to Arizona State, but he's the 2 seed, as Trevino of Bettendorf is the 1 seed committed to Davidson. That should be one heck of a final at 138 tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to be that'll be those 2 guys have both looked pretty tough in this tournament.
We're almost halfway home in the 3A semifinal round, nearing the end of our 144-pound weight class, which is brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Ober-Brockling in on this deep single, still looking to finish. Mogard trying to find a way to use that flexibility, and now he's looking to come. Oh my goodness, he's looking to come around, and he's trying to snag that leg.
Only 4 seconds left, though. And he's not going to get it done. Ober-Brockling will make his way into the finals. But he was challenged by the freshman in a big way. Well, here we have, as we've seen, usually our final match before we go to break turns out to be a ticker tester. And with 4 seconds left to go to second period, we're all square at 5 here with Hutt and Wise.
Yeah, it's these guys have been back and forth. Had some scoring on the edge. It's going to be, we got 2 more minutes of wrestling here to decide who's going to win this, but it's been a close match.
And it has been a flurry of action. Every time I look down there, they're in the midst of a scramble. Somebody's on the attack.
Wise obviously going down for the 3rd period, so he's obviously looking for escape to kind of take it up to for a 6-5 lead. But I tell you what, it looks like Hutt's was looking to get a cradle, but now he's Wise is kind of looking like he might get a reversal.
1:35 to go, 3rd period, squared at 5. Final match before the break, so you get the full screen shot of this. Winner gets Ober-Brockling in the Class 3A 144-pound final.
He's got to kind of keep improving position here. He doesn't want to get this to go to a stalemate.
And that's what happened.
Escape right here is huge, right?
Yes, it is, and it's escaping, and the way these 2 scramble, a reversal isn't out of the question either, because they seem to definitely just get in one position to another. This kid is going for a cradle from every position.
And there's that reversal you talked about.
Yep, these two just definitely both got just enough funk that it just seems like that's just continually been what's going on, is kind of a trade in control.
50 seconds left to the finals tomorrow night for Hutton Wise. Wise with a 7-5 lead.
Oh my, whoa.
That was a quick call. Who did he even call that?
He called that on Hut, on bottom. I was very surprised with that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't think he's not trying to get out. Now he just called it on top.
Yeah, now he called it on Wise. You got 23 seconds to go. Hut's got to get the reversal, or he's got to get out and get a quick takedown.
Well, they both have a stall warning against him now, which kind of evens things out, but there's only 23 seconds left.
Oh, he's looking to hit through, nothing. Looking to hit through again.
6 seconds.
He's got that arm behind the back.
And Wise of Marshalltown is going to face Oberbreckling of Southeast Polk. 1 versus 2 in the Class 3A final tomorrow night. We are halfway through the Class 3A semifinal round. 7 matches still to come when we come back on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. And for a limited time, try the sweet heat of our new Honey Hot Sauce. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights, only at Pizza Ranch.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Need money for college? Our scholarship registration is quick and easy. ISL Education Lending Scholarship is open to both students and parents. Visit iowastudentloan.org/award for details. Multiple awards are available, and you'll learn valuable financial literacy tips as part of the process. Register online today for your chance to win $1,000.
Russ W. Oker, Chad Zapital, Kyman Gatson on the call tonight. Honored to be with you here on the Hy-Vee Championship Network. Well, we only got 7 more weight classes to go, guys. It's gone by fast tonight. We've seen a lot of great wrestling, and I think we've got some great stuff yet to come. Coming out here at 150 pounds, Justice Jesseroga from Southeast Polk. He's a returning state champion. He's uncommitted at this point. We saw him at the team duels, Chad. He brings a lot to the table. He'll have Peters, who defeated Johnson 10-4 in the quarters, and Peters is out of Clinton. They'll be out there at 150 pounds. And then Jorgensen and Blewett. Jorgensen out of Waverly Shell Rock, Blewett out of Indianola is your other 150-pound semifinal. At 157 pounds, Nolan Kellers out of Bondurant Farrar will have Colton Schaefer out of Oskaloosa. And Joel Hertz out of Western Dubuque will have Parker Casey out of Johnston. 150-pound matches tonight brought to you by Musco Lighting. Musco Lighting, the official and exclusive lighting partner of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. And 157-pound matches Brought to you by Fairway Meat and Grocery.
Jesseroga jumps out to a 6-1 lead out there on mat 3. 6-2 now. He let him go again. He's obviously wanting to keep things on his feet. He's got a lot of offense. Got a big start out there.
Well, he's the youngest one of, I think, 2. Had 2 older brothers that were awesome. And as he grabs another takedown.
Yeah, he definitely got some pretty slick takedowns. Keeps him moving. Keeps a lot of offense going on. Another takedown over there for him. 12-3 start. First period. Nolan Fellers on mat 5. Bondurant Farrar 3-1 lead over Schaefer of Oskaloosa. And Casey from Johnston with a 3-0 lead over Hirsch from Western Dubuque.
Blood time on mat 4 with Blewett and Jorgensen.
And they are going to head to the second period. It looked like for a moment Jesseroga might put him away in the first period there, but they'll head to the second period on mat number 3, 150-pound Class Series semifinal.
Going to the bottom. He wants to make sure he keeps that offense going in his direction. That way, look, now he's up 13-3. So that's just one of those tactical things that you want to keep doing whenever you're kind of getting out there and scoring points. Is don't give that guy a chance to score any points. That was a good move on his part. Now he's going to get right back on his offense on his feet.
So, talk to me about, you wrestled both Terry and Tom Brantz. As we keep an eye on that action, but there Jesseroga's going to get that, and that'll do it, right?
He's up by 13 now.
Okay, so he needs another couple of points to wrap that up. But what was the difference in their styles? Not only you wrestled them in state final matches, but then you had to deal with them in the Hawkeye wrestling room.
Oh, I would say their styles were similar for sure. Yeah, I mean, they definitely wrestled with each other every day of their lives growing up. So I think they had very similar styles for sure. Jesseroga up 16-4 now on mat number 3.
Yep.
We got some closer matches. Fellers 4-1 over Schaefer from Oskaloosa right now in the second period. Casey from Johnston 4-0 over Hirsch from Western Dubuque on mat number 6. Halfway through that match.
Oh, great athleticism right there from Peters.
Looks like that's the match for Jesseroga.
That'll do it. Jesseroga will head to the finals to try to become a 2-time state champ. He'll face Jorgensen or Blewett. No score in that one, just started in the second period.
Feller is now from Bondurant Farrar with a 7-1 lead over Schaefer from Oskaloosa.
1-0 down on mat 4. Blewett's up.
Kevin, did you have anybody in high school that was kind of an arch rival or somebody that you matched up with a handful of times that was always a good tussler?
Yeah, and I lost to him every single time. Okay. It was Michael Kelly.
Okay.
Michael Kelly from Cedar Falls. He went on to wrestle at the University of Iowa. I jumped around weight classes, so I started at 125 as a freshman, went to 145, then went to 171, and then 189. So I didn't have anyone that stayed on that progression with me, but Michael Kelly, our sophomore year, he beat me 4 times that year. So he has a third of my high school losses. Okay. Yeah, he was a menace.
Does he at least send you a Christmas card every year or anything?
He doesn't. But his dad, Sean Kelly of Black Hawk Roofing Company, is absolutely awesome. He supports me on my MMA journey, and he always had. That's the thing. When you talk about the clubs, Chad, we had the USA Mat Club in Cedar Falls, and so Michael and I would wrestle in the season together, and then we would go wrestle in the off season together, and continue that like rivalry, but just like as practice partners. So it's like when you, again, support and being around the right people, it was like, hey, we got these two kids, let's help them get better. And then we had more teammates that came as well.
And as you know, that's one thing is you get a bunch of those good kids in the same room. You're all there for the same reason, and so it just it makes you makes a lot tougher wrestlers for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, Casey is about to put this thing on ice here, up 14-0 over Hirsch of Western Dubuque. Casey out of Johnston. He's the 2 seed. Feller's the 1 seed. Feller's up 7-2 on Schaefer out of Oskaloosa. Fellers is out of Bondurant Farrar. That's the 157-pound weight class. We're in the Class 3A, making our way through the semifinals. All of the consolation stuff is wrapped up. So we're down to 4 mats of action here at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. And our state tournament is presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mat 3, we're getting ready to start out here with Crossan from Indianola and Green from North Scott. You got Crossan, who is a state champ, returning state champ. Actually, he's committed to Nebraska.
Yeah, he's going to be a Cornhusker.
Green. Now Fellers has opened it up a little bit on mat 5 here, 10-2.
Green came out right away and fired off a beautiful single, and Crossan was able to just kind of just really show a lot of mat awareness and great hips, and wasn't allowing him to advance, and got that takedown off of it.
Well, Casey will win it 14-1, and he will head to the finals. And right now it looks like it's going to be Fellers, that Schaefer's going to have to pull off a big move here.
Yeah, he's up 10-2. Pretty commanding lead, riding him.
Going to run out here. So your Class 3A 157-pound final will be Fellers out of Bondurant Farrar, who came into this tournament 42-1, the 1 seed. Casey out of Johnston, who came in 31-2 into this tournament. A junior facing the senior Fellers in the Class 3A 157-pound final tomorrow night.
Crossan up 3-1 over Green on mat 3. Got 49 seconds left in this first period.
165-pound matches tonight, presented by Iowa Bankers Association. And our closed captioning tonight is brought to you by Sukup.
Miller, Carlisle, Miras, Linmar. This is your semifinal bout.
And that match just got tight on mat 4. Jorgensen and Blewett. 5-3, Blewett's up from Indianola. His teammate Matt Crossan is on the mat right across from him, mat 3, and he just grabbed another takedown. Is up to a 6-1 lead.
We're in the third period there with that Blewett-Jorgensen match, and that's a big one to see who's going to go against Jess Roga.
Yeah. Training partners. Blewett in on the attack. He's able to collect. Gets the 3-point takedown. 20 seconds left.
Looks like Blewett is going to be the one to face Jess Roga in the final at 150 pounds, Class 3A. So you're going to have Southeast Polk taking on Indianola.
Mat 5, Miller from Carlisle ahead of Miras from Linmar, 3-1. Minute 19 left in the first period.
And on mat 6, you've got Rachi of Ankeny against Brown of Fort Dodge. Rachi the 3 seed. And Brown came in as the 10 seed. Beat Hawk Irwin, the 2 seed, 6-5 in the quarterfinal to get to this semi.
Brown out of Fort Dodge. Another town that's had some great wrestling over the years. A lot of outstanding wrestlers came out of Fort Dodge.
Maximus DeBolt, Ankeny Centennial. Bell, Iowa City Liberty. DeBolt, Ankeny Centennial, semifinal bout.
Crossan kind of opening things up over there on mat number 3, 9-2 now over Cole Green from North Scott.
Mat 4 now will be Landon Bell out of Iowa City Liberty, and DeBolt out of Ankeny Centennial. Maximus DeBolt, 2-seed DeBolt, 3-seed Bell squaring off, and DeBolt went right to work. He's up 3-0 there on mat 4.
Crossing up on mat 3. Oh man, they just landed over on mat 4. Crossing, picking up the intensity.
He's opened up a little more of a lead there with 15-3 as well.
Yeah, 50 seconds left in period 2 there. Crossan well in control. Miller and Mirez on mat 5. 3-1 Miller.
It's 3-1, but they were getting after it. There was some pretty good scrambling and some tie-ups. It looked like maybe they were going to go upper body for a little while. I have a feeling they're gonna keep scoring over there because they really were getting after it that period. The scoreboard doesn't reflect the action.
Another takedown, 18-5. Crossan pouring it on.
Crossan hoping to capture his second state title. And he will get a chance tomorrow night as he punches his ticket to the 165-pound finals match tomorrow night in the Class 3A. Will it be Ratchie or Brown? Ratchie right now out of Ankeny up 4-0 on Brown of Fort Dodge. That's on mat 6.
Dabbled on mat 4 up 3-1.
We've got the 175-pounders out there on that mat 4. 175-pound matches tonight are presented to you by the Iowa Pork Producers Association. Iowa Pork is a proud supporter of Iowa high school athletics.
Miller just went ahead 5-1 over Mieres from Linn-Mar on mat 5. Minute left in the second period.
Well, this is the first time we've had 4 mats going for semifinal action, and all 3 classes in the same session. It has been an electric night, but it's just a small taste of what the finals look like tomorrow night. You guys have been there. I can only imagine what that must be like stepping out on the mat in the state of Iowa for the finals.
You know, it's as I mentioned earlier, you take one match at a time. They're all important. If you don't win the first few of them, then you're not going to be in the finals. So these kids are kind of doing that. The finals are going to be big tomorrow night. Well, we got quite a match going on over here on mat number 5. It's kind of going back and forth. Mieres tied it up 5-5. Miller goes back ahead 7-5. I mentioned earlier, these guys are definitely out here hustling and wrestling. We're going into the third period now, 7-5. Miller leads.
And Miller been ranked number 1 all season. Dabble coming off an injury. And then they competed early right off that injury at the Ed Winger. Miller was able to come out of that with the victory. And Mir's trying to shake some things up and say, hey, I'm here too.
Now wrestling mat number 3, semifinals at 190.
We're on to 190 on mat 3. Kester of Bettendorf and Esparza of Norwalk. And that is a 190-pound weight class. Those matches are brought to you by the Delta Dental of Iowa.
One of the joys I get when I get to commentate is just seeing some of my former college teammates, high school teammates being back in this realm, giving back. I think that's one of the best and most important things that I think has raised the level of wrestling in Iowa is these guys that come to school. Maybe they didn't, come from the state of Iowa, but they stayed here afterwards. Now they're involved in these high school programs, the kids club, and so it's just raising the level of the state overall. I think that's one of the joys I get is seeing not only my college teammates, but also, University of Iowa, Wartburg, UNI, Co-College, Cornell, Pella, all those places, people get back involved and find ways to give back to the sport.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's some outstanding credentials out coaching some of these wrestlers for sure, and that's why you're seeing some of the wrestling that's going on in the state of Iowa right now.
There's 4 near fall for DeBolt. Ankeny Centennial well in control there over Bell. 16-4, 26 seconds left in the second period. And DeBolt looking to close that out early with the tech fall.
Over on mat 5, Miller up 10-5 now over Mieres from Linmar. Rachi 10-1 over Brown now on mat 6. Minute left in the third period. He's opened that up a little bit on mat number 6.
And DeBolt, who is committed to Iowa State, he already has a state championship under his belt. Miller, who's up 10-5, has a state championship under his belt, committed to Northwestern University. So we could have a couple of guys going for their second state title matching up tomorrow night at 175 Class 3A. That'll be one to watch if it happens. But it's not over on mat 5.
You mentioned DeBolt was coming off of an injury, and he's only got about 15 matches total this year, so he's kind of had a shortened season.
Now wrestling mat number 4, semifinals at 190.
Well, it's 10-6 with 50 seconds to go on mat 5 in that match between Jackson Miller of Carlisle and Barrett Mieres of Linmar.
Now 10-7.
Yeah. So want to keep an eye on down there on mat 5.
This is what's your go-to attack?
Yeah, because Mieres definitely needs a takedown here. He's got 20 seconds left to do it.
Nice go.
Go behind, yeah.
Beautiful head hands right there from Miller.
And that is going to set it up at 175 Class 3A. Mark that one on your calendar for tomorrow night. Miller is a returning state champion out of Carlisle, has not lost this year. DeBolt, who's the state champion out of Ankeny Centennial, and he has only lost 1 match this year. They're going to square off in the finals tomorrow night. Somebody's going to pick up their second state championship, and the other guy's going to obviously be awfully disappointed.
I know that. I know both of those guys have it circled. Dalbolt lost to Miller earlier this season, and so it's gonna be an exciting match to watch.
Yeah. Camden Smith, Dubuque Hempstead. Brandon Boxeth.
All right, Kester is up 4-0 over Esparza right now on mat 3.
This is your semifinal bout, mat number 6 at 215.
And on mat number
Now up on mat number 5,
4,
semifinals at 215.
Bloxham and Eagley squaring off there. No score yet. Smith and Boxeth on mat 6. No score there yet.
Mat number 5 at 215.
We're going to get into the 215-pound weight class, and that's brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau. You notice we haven't done the Moscow Spotlight Wrestler yet. Wonder who that's going to be.
In 3A, I don't know who they would put that on.
Who would you possibly pick there, I wonder?
You know, one of the other cool things that I get to, like, down on mat 4, we got Bloxham and Egley. And in 2015, March 30th, 2015, I got a letter sent to me at Iowa State. And it goes, from Jesse to Kyvan, I want some ice cream too. Congratulations, Kyvan, you deserved it. You worked for it, and that throw works. I think everyone knew that you were going to do that throw when you had the under over. And that's from this young man right here down on mat 4 who's trying to compete for an opportunity to be in the state finals. Those things just warm my heart.
Absolutely.
Now, are there sprinkles on the ice cream for you?
I'm not a sprinkles guy.
Okay.
Sprinkles are for winners.
They're for winners.
I do agree with that. But I actually, in 2021, I got to debut my own flavor. It's called Championship Kaivendo.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's a dulce de leche flavored ice cream with cookie dough, caramel, and chocolate chips. Emphasis on the chip.
Made specifically for cutting weight, right?
It's made specifically for after all of that.
I still can't believe nobody ever nicknamed you the Great Gadsden. That would have
It's
been.
not too. Is it too
Yeah,
late?
I'm going with
Is
it, man.
I was about to say you might just need to do it.
Yeah,
I
that's
might
what
need
I'm
to
going
change
with.
my Twitter handle or
The
X.
Great Gadsden.
Mat 5, we have Lincoln Jip from Bettendorf taking a commanding lead over here, 12-3 over Blanchard from Lewis Central. First period, he's been able to go out and kind of do a little bit of just takedowns, let him go, takedowns. Now he's looks like he's gonna try to ride him out here for the last little bit of the first period, keep him down so we can keep that 12-3 lead going into the second period.
He is the 1 seed, has not lost a match this year. Blanchard, the 5 seed, came into this state tournament at 30-6.
Kester from Bettendorf, those two obviously are, 190 and 215. I'm sure that's a tough room for them to kind of work out, and he's leading 7-0 over Esparza from North.